Okay.
Okay now.
Okay.
Okay, can you see my face? Okay, right now. Sorry for my disturbance, and
Sorry about that.
let's start again. Okay, let's talk about our research background, our co-parenting. Now, as you all know, co-parenting emphasizes on values of child-centered respect and collaboration, support, and mutual communication between fathers and mothers. So, while mothers' involvement in parenting is unquestionable, but fathers' effort in participation is essentially important. So mothers' inclusions and acceptance of fathers in co-parenting is already caught a lot of attention from some researchers. So let's give you some literature reviews about co-parenting. So some scholars have done a lot of research on co-parenting, like marital satisfaction from both parents was found to be associated with fathers' co-parental cooperations over time. And secondly, marital satisfaction was found to be negatively correlated with co-parental conflicts across the time. So thirdly, significant association between both couples' co-parenting cooperations and parental-child relationships satisfactions across the time. So let's go back to the co-parenting in Hong Kong. Now, co-parenting services in Hong Kong mainly focus on divorced families, but we are trying to think about to advocate co-parenting in intact families is very important for prevention purposes and healthy development of children. So apart from direct interventions on fathers, can we have any interventions on mothers for the purpose of enhancing fatherhood through co-parenting educations? So our research team began to partners with Centers of Fathering, innovative to design an intervention group, we call it co-must for mothers. So we will mention a lot about what is the elements of co-must a little bit afterwards. So the co-must objective is to raise mothers' awareness on the significance of parental involvement in co-parenting. And secondly, to build mothers' positive attitudes and behavior on their partner's parenting performance. And thirdly, to improve mothers' supporting skills and to reduce undermining behaviors towards their partner's parenting. So basically, our research objectives is to enhance the mother's perceptions of co-parenting in our Chinese context. That is to focus on Chinese mothers in Hong Kong. And second is to emphasize on the practice of co-parenting in Chinese families. And thirdly, to know more about the barriers and the related solutions of co-parenting in families, and to look into the outcomes of our intervention group co-must on couple communications and co-parenting. So our target participants in co-must is the Chinese mothers age 18 or above, and they have the only child or the oldest child age under 9, and they are willing to fully participate in our project. So we adopt the mixed method approach. For the quantitative approach, we adopt 5 psychometric scales. That is, the first one is co-parenting relationship scale, and the secondly, parenting self-efficacy scale, and the third is the parental stress scale, and the fourth is to look into the couple relationships, and the fifth one is the GHQs, and we have the pre-test and post-test questionnaires for the mothers. So secondly, we also adopt the qualitative approach, focus on examining their experience of co-parenting with their partners. But for our presentation, we will look into the quantitative data only. So we will pass the time to my partner's Anton, and he will give you some insights about the co-must program designs. So let's pass the time to Anton, please.
Okay, thank you, Wallace. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you here. I will take the following few minutes to share the intervention with you all so that you can have an idea what has happened during the program intervention. This slide, you will see an image, which is an eye-catching ad on a local parenting magazine, okay? Talking about how terrible a father prepared the lunch for their kids by mixing the orange with the rice. And this kind of propagandas, which always shape the incapable image of men as fathers at home, is very, very popular among the circles of moms, both online and offline discussions. And this is the situations in Hong Kong. Of course, the women know that it is not healthy for families if the husbands are not confident enough to raise their children. And that's why we see the needs of this wife to call up for help. How they can do better to support the husband to become a better dad, how to help them to be more confident. So in the next slide, and you will see these ladies are our graduates. Yes, and these are the graduates of one of the class. You will see that we are trying to empower them, despite the fact that we cannot approach their husband easily through the church or kindergarten during the daytime, because most of the husbands are working in the daytime, but we can approach their wives. So we can help them in this program. We decided intervention with, as Wallace said, that is COCOMUS. Which we'll share in a couple of slides in the next few slides on these topics. You will see this is the co-parenting concept behind our program. Despite who we met in the course are just the moms, the wife, but the topic is father involvement. We are showing them the importance of engaging the husband into the children's life is very important. So the moms are enlightened with some perspective in this diagram. First, mom-child relationship is good, but it's not good enough for the well-being of their child. Second, there is also a kind of father-child relationship, which should be there as well in the family. Third, of course, the marital relationship also does matter in their parenting. So in the month of the intervention program, the social workers will do a few things. We facilitate motion support to clarify the misunderstanding, the concept, the practice of co-parenting, and also to refer any social service if they need, such as they need further action to rebuild their marriage, relieve the bad behavior of the husband, etc. And the final one is to provide resources, toolbox, videos to help them. So the next slide showing the 6 elements in this program. What the 6 letters in COMUS referring to first, C stand for communication. We'll focus on the quality of communication among the couples. It's O, how the origin of family, especially the dads of her own and her husband's, will affect the expectation on the fathering performance. M stand for the marital closeness. U stand for the behavior which were undermining the fathering behavior. Or S, supporting the positive fathering behavior. And last but not the least is the timing. They should know that they are on the right timing for the family to build co-parenting to involve father as soon as possible when the children are in the school age. So the next one, we are showing that to sum up the program, let us know one very key message. Your husband's fathering role is important as yours for the children. And after all, they have to make a good choice to support or to undermine. Okay, why do they need to do that for the husband? How to do that? What they should do and when they should do. So this kind of self-control and self-confidence are important for the wives to carry out their spousal role on co-parenting. And I do think that the wives are well equipped with attitude, knowledge, and skills when they practice the co-parenting at home with their husband. So my final slide, next one, before I pass back the stage to Wallace, I'm glad to listen that many qualitative self-reflection during the sections that's shared by the wives. And I do believe that they already pick up the essence of this intervention, which is the father is important for the children. And so these wives should not give up for the sake of their child's well-being, because all the children, they need a great mom at home, but also need a great dad. Okay, so thank you. Wallace, pass back to you.
Okay, thank you, Antons. And so right now we want to have some data analysis for our co-must intervention groups. And so far we have 2 groups for the mothers, one group for the mothers with kindergarten children, and another group for mothers with children studying grade 1 to 3. So basically 2 groups, 21 mothers participating in our groups. So we adopt the pair sample t-test to examine the change of co-parenting attitudes. So this is the raw data, but we want to summarize the data in this box, blue box here. We have, for the co-parenting scales, we have 6 subscales. So we highlight the yellow one. We find that the co-parenting closeness, co-parenting support, and the endorsed partners' parentings are significantly improved by the sample t-test. And for the co-parenting scales, we also find that it is significantly improved. That means the mother's perceptions on own and partners' co-parenting attitudes and behaviors is significantly improved. And secondly, we want to examine the parenting efficacies of the mothers. So same again for the paired sample t-test, we find that the mother's parenting efficacies in the context of mother's improvement in co-parenting closeness and to welcome the support from their partners. Basically, because there are a lot of support from their partners, the mother's parenting efficacies is significantly improved. And thirdly, for the parenting stress and the GHQ, that is to examine the mental health issues. For the parenting stress, it is significantly reduced. And for the mother's mental health issues is also significantly improved by the sample t-test. For the couple relationships, we also found that it is significantly improved by the pair sample t-test. And lastly, we want to examine what are the factors that may influence the co-parenting scales significantly. We want to examine, take into considerations about parenting efficacies, parenting stress, couple relationship scales, and the mental health issues. And we adopt the multiple regression analysis, find that couple relationships is found to be a significant predictor of the couple's co-parenting issues. And to summarize our conclusions, we established an important way of addressing fatherhood in co-parenting issues and having the direct interventions of mothers, focusing on their awareness, their positive perceptions, and their related behavior of acceptance and recognitions of partners' roles and behavior in parenting. So co-must, an innovative intervention group, is found to be effectively in enhancing mother perceptions on co-parenting and to enhance their acceptances and recognitions of partners' roles in parenting in the following areas. So, to sum up, couple relationships is also found to be a significant predictors of co-parenting. So this is some of our limitations, and because it is a pilot project, we have to have some. We do not include the control group. So for comparisons, we need to adopt the RCT approach for the future research to get more robust evidences. So thirdly, we rely the data source from mothers, but we also need to more improvement in data from their husbands. So thank you very much. This is our day emails and to share with you our research, and we can exchange a lot of ideas on these co-parenting issues. Thank you very much.